This is going to upset a lot of people, so here goes. Tommy Robinson was right. Police left children at mercy of grooming gangs in Rochdale.
The women who blew the whistle on police failures to investigate a grooming gang. Today, vindicated.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's your boy again, Shady, the one and only, guys, and today we are back again, guys. So on my Twitter, I see Tommy Robinson trending. Alright, on here by Imtaz Mahmood, he said Tommy Robinson was right all along about Pakistani grooming gangs. Alright, look at what the BBC News says. Police left children at mercy of grooming gangs in Rochdale. Review finds. Here, Binon Wine says Tommy Robinson was right all along about the Pakistani grooming gangs then. Maybe he's owed an apology from all those that doubted him. I know he was demonized completely, entirely by the media. Completely. People hated him so much. You're like, oh, far right racist. Alright. Recently I started checking out the history of the UK, and I thought, okay, let's check out the history of London. Alright, let me learn about this country. Not just what I see on the media. I want to learn, you know, about everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything. Let's know what's going on, alright, so we are aware, okay, because ignorance is not an excuse, okay. When I started looking in, I was like, wow, so many shady things. Oh, well, not my kind of shady, but so many shady things have been going on in this country that have been left unchecked. That is sad. Here, Daza says this is going to upset a lot of people, so here goes. Tommy Robinson was right about the grooming gangs, about the fact that it was Muslim men, all of it. He should be honored, not persecuted for the inconvenient truth.
The women who blew the whistle on police failures to investigate a grooming gang. Today, vindicated. Former sexual health worker Sarah Robotham, visibly emotional, angry that she'd not been believed.
I was described as being difficult to work with. Well, what did you expect? Children were being raped every day. The scale of abuse was known to protective services at the time, and they chose not to take appropriate action. Someone needs to explain why.
Operation Span was deemed a success when it led to the prosecution of 9 men in 2012. But report authors today said they identified 96 individuals in the town of Rochdale who potentially pose a risk to children, many still walking the streets. So today came this apology to the victims.
One of the primary responsibilities.
So all the police can do is just is apologize. Apologize after the milk has been spilled, after the damage has been done. Alright, you have a job. You have one job to do. Police the community. That's your job.
Of the police is to protect the vulnerable from the cruel and the predatory. And in this regard,
you have failed.
We failed you.
Yeah.
The lessons from our past have been well and truly learned.
But Maggie Oliver, a detective from Operation Span who resigned in disgust at police failings over a decade ago, refuted that claim, telling the chief constable directly that victims were still being failed.
I have current information about what is going on today. And I would say categorically, and I am sorry, Mr. Watson, but the failures that happened then are still happening now.
Andrea, not her real name, was a victim of sexual grooming in Greater Manchester 20 years ago. Abused from the age of 11, she said authorities blamed her.
As I got older, I realised what they were doing. Because I was being groomed, they called me a prostitute.
Who are actually using that word?
Yes, they all labelled me a prostitute.
She says a young relative is being sexually exploited now, and history is repeating itself.
Greater Manchester Police are silencing everyone. They still don't want to hear what's going on. You have to beg and beg and beg for them to help. They'll find any excuse. Show me one thing they're doing differently from when I was a child.
But the chief constable insists much has changed.
But what is absolutely clear is that the mistakes, the systemic failures to protect children of 10 and 20 years ago in Rochdale, as night follows day, could not be repeated in Manchester today. Of that I am confident.
The report also condemned some police officers who failed to engage with the inquiry.
I also want to say shame on every individual who was asked to give evidence to this inquiry but refused to do so. When you failed to take appropriate action to protect children, or you failed to investigate crimes, shame on you.
Shame on the police. Yeah, shame on you. Your job is to police. If you can't police, then don't be a police. All right, you don't want to be a police, don't be a police. No one's forcing you to be a police. But then if you're being a police, then do your job. It is your job. All right, it is your job. You're meant to do what you're meant to do. All right.
Manchester's mayor is calling for people to be compelled to give evidence in the next investigation, which will examine how victims are being treated now. Jason Farrell, Sky News.
So this is what the man Tommy Robinson has got to say. The Rochdale report was released today. How many reports of innocent children being horrifically abused and authorities ignoring it need to be released before people stand? Everyone just wants to talk about it for a day or two, then forget about it. These are real people, children. It's time to fight back. It could be your children next. Join us next week in Telford on 7th of January at 1 p.m. The time is now.
What is it going to take for you, if you're one of the people, the Telford report come out, I saw my name was trending everywhere, and I watched through and I read lots of the comments. So many people were angry about it. Being angry about it is not good enough. You see, if every single person that was angry about it had already taken to the streets, they'd addressed the problem straight away. If everyone would have come out years ago, they'd have addressed the problem. So what I want to ask you is, what's it going to take? What is it going to take for you to come out? Make your plans, speak to your friends, show them up, embarrass them. Because what you should be doing, if you're a proud English person, you should be in this city. If you're a patriot, you should be in this city. If you're a father, a brother, if you're anyone who cares about kids, you should be in this city to stop talking about it. Stop moaning about it in the pub. Stop going on social media and saying how angry you are. Come out, don't show me your support. This isn't about me. I don't want your support. Show the women who are courageous enough to tell their story. The women who are putting their lives on the line to retell and go over the horrific abuse they faced. Show them support.
We just want a safe country. That is what we want. Yeah, safe country everywhere. I mean, in an ideal world, every country is going to be, you know, like a utopia. But it is sad what's going on and what the authorities are not doing. I don't say what the authorities are doing, but it's what the authorities are not doing. And also what they are doing. It is sad. It's just something needs to be done. All of this needs to stop. Okay, it needs to stop. These are children. These are kids. What happened to consent? You want to have fun and have a bit of, let's get it on. Ooh. You want to have some sweet, sweet loving. Consent. Consent. 18 years and above. 18 plus. Consent. What is difficult in consent? What is hard in consent? You see a female you like, you speak to her, she consents. Done. But these are children. Their lives will be scarred forever. This is sad. Like, it hurts me. It's sad. Anyway, it's been your boy, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Okay, well, it's hard to enjoy this one, but I hope you learned something and I hope this stops. Okay, consent. All right, guys, take care. Peace out. Well, now I see that Tommy wasn't crazy. He wasn't crazy. He was right to point out that there's an issue that needs to be tackled and needs to be solved. All right, guys. Peace.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way. You are me. Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way.